Hey y'all, happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday. While I'm eating and stuff in my face, I just couldn't wait.
So we are at Southern Grounds. Okay, so y'all know Saturdays have become our coffee thing. Like we go to different coffee spots,
Small business.
small
Yeah,
business
small
coffee
business.
spots locally here in Jacksonville. And this place is pretty good. I can't think of the place we went to last week, but we'll have that video posted too. You can see what our review of that place was. It was really
Bold
cool.
beans.
Bold Bean, yeah. Bold Bean Coffee. Their coffee was really
Mm-hmm.
good.
The
Eh,
ambiance, the vibe,
yeah,
they were pretty reasonably priced.
yeah.
Outside of the size of Albert's Cup, it was a pretty dope experience.
Yeah, that'd be my thing, y'all. I'm a big guy, so I like a nice hearty cup of coffee. I don't like, when you come in the cups of coffee be like little coffee shots. They like espresso shots. I don't want an espresso shot. I want a cup of coffee in the
I
morning.
think we're supposed to go up there and get our drinks. I don't know, maybe
Nope.
not.
So we have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I got the same thing, but I don't know like yours. Again. All right. So,
We just got our coffee.
we just got our coffee. What we ordered today was just cafe con leches.
I love a good cafe con leche because let me tell you something. After you drink a cafe con leche, you are gonna sweat everything inside of your body out. It's like I don't know, I can't describe it, but I love a nice cafe con leche. And here, look how big this cup is, y'all.
16
It's a
ounce.
16-ounce cup. Nobody else has 16-ounce cups. I'm already in love.
I'm sure others have it. We just haven't discovered them yet. This is the first
Well,
time.
Southern Grounds has it,
Yes.
and I'm with it. It
All
smells
right.
good.
It's pretty strong.
I mean, cafe con leche is strong traditionally. It's
not,
pretty good.
It's not sweet.
It's not gonna be that sweet.
It's not sweet at all. I'm used to cafe con leches from the Cubans. And it's sweet. This isn't sweet. So basically for me, I don't put sugar in my coffee, but I do like maybe a sweet cream. Or some type of sweet cream. You probably should stop doing that. Sugar's not good for you anyway. But other than that, the taste tastes like a typical cafe con leche.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Outside of it not being sweet.
Erica wanted hers a little bit sweeter, so
It's okay, but it's such a good quality
Yeah.
espresso that I don't mind it. What we're chomping down on and what I have been eating since the video started is a blueberry muffin. I am thoroughly enjoying it because a lot of times when you get muffins, they're too sweet.
yeah.
This is not. It has the perfect amount of sweetness and they warm it up for you. It's like the crispy top, tons
Yeah.
of blueberries. Like it's really, really good. A little bit on the dry side, but moist. But overall, I like it. So, what are we talking about today?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, it gets a win from me because of the size of the cup. Because I'm just saying, it's like more filling. You know what I mean? When you have a nice hearty cup, the vibe is nice.
However,
It's not that diverse.
it's not a very diverse
But
space.
then too, you have to also consider where we are. We're in historic Riverside of Jacksonville, and this is a area that isn't.
Very diverse.
It's diverse, but it's definitely not as diverse as other areas of Jacksonville. At least not the entire area. So where we are, you don't see a lot of us in here. At least right now. It could just be that today is just a day. that you just don't see many of us in here. But needless to say,
I be needing to see at least one. At least one. I take a mix.
I mean, I seen the mix back there.
Okay, if you saw
I seen the mixed person back there.
If you saw him, then I feel
I seen the brown person or semi-brown, light. I don't know. But
in this day and age, I need to see. I need to see.
Neither here nor there as far as the review of this place. But
I mean, the decor is very. It gives me IKEA vibes.
Yeah, it does.
The decor kind of reminds you of IKEA. Very tall ceilings.
Mm-hmm. It's very modern.
Very modern, yeah.
Very modern look.
But it's clean. It's a very clean look.
Yeah.
You can, when you dine in, you get a waiter, so they bring your drinks, they bring your coffee to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I do too.
The menu is amazing. They have so many options, and they have wine. So that lets me know that this is also an evening spot that you can come to and have glasses of wine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll post their information at the bottom of the video so you guys can see.
But they have like full breakfast menu. So it's not just a coffee spot. It's definitely a lot more than just coffee. Like Erica said, they have mimosas. They have gourmet sandwiches,
salads. So, yep, it's cool. So what we chit-chatting about today, Mr. Shaw? I think we had a pretty interesting conversation the other night about Southerners and Northerners.
Yeah, that was so we were having this conversation the other night about, okay, let's back up and let me tell you how we got to the conversation, right? So you guys may or may not know, so I'm a Southerner, boom, born and raised in Florida. Erica, she don't want to call herself a Northerner, but she's more of a Northerner, born and raised in Illinois. Completely different types of vibes as far as people, like how our mannerisms, different things like that. It's very different, right? So I historically say that Erica can come off as really like raw, because it's Southerners. We sometimes look at Northerners or people that are not from the South as they can be kind of aggressive, really short. Really short, fast talking, smooth talking people. But not even just that. So the conversation was about the mindset of Black people that were raised up north post-slavery, and then the people who stayed back here in the South, and how progressive it was for the Black people up north, and how they viewed Southerners. So that this is where the conversation was kind of grounded.
Albert gets defensive when I say certain things, and I'm just like, it's just, we're different. Geographically, I am from the Midwest, but it's north of here. Is it north of here, or is it just Midwest?
It's Midwest, but it's still north of here.
Because, I'm from the Midwest, so it would think in my mind that it's the Midwest.
Well, in the context of what we're talking about, she'd be considered a Northerner. In the context of slaves that were down south and that went, up north, anywhere other than the South.
Black people, because they weren't free. They weren't slaves anymore.
Yeah.
But, so Albert thought, because I don't know, maybe his perspective has changed now, but Albert thought that Northerners or people from up north thought they were better than people from down south.
And the reason I said that was because sometimes when Erica talks about Southerners and how we are like we respond slower, or we're more emotional, or we're not as quick on our feet. And I was telling her, it almost sounds like it sounds like when she describes how they were taught in the Midwest, or being black people that were not from here, and just like the characteristics of us, because it's just like, it just seems like the Southerners were given this picture of being these feeble-minded, weak, inferior
who painted that picture, baby?
You did in a conversation. When you say stuff like, "Oh yeah, y'all quicker on y'all feet," or y'all. It almost comes off as an elitist thing, right? That us Southerners are just such pitiful people because we decided to stay down south.
This is not true.
We just pitiful.
This is not true. This is not what I think or believe.
But it's how it comes off.
What I told Albert, what I was explaining to Albert was, it's not, I don't say those things because it's an elitist thing. I say them because there was more autonomy for African Americans who were up north. There were also heathen. Everybody didn't be free and do the right thing. Right. Some people got free and they got nutty.
Right.
They were heathen.
They were. Okay.
So we had to deal with that more. Down south, it was a different mentality. Let's be educated. Let's go to school. Let's build businesses. Down south, it was different. So the pace was a lot slower. People weren't doing the things that they were doing up north, down south. So I'm saying, that's not to say that all, Southerners are ignorant. Some Southerners are.
Very, very much so.
Willfully.
Very much so. Okay. Because my argument with Erica that night was, but everybody who stayed down south didn't choose to stay down here. So it's kind of unfair for people who, let's say, migrated up north.
Why didn't they choose?
Maybe for family, whatever. It could have been family. Any reason somebody could have stayed here.
Unless you was in jail or prison here.
Well, that night you agreed with me that everybody didn't just choose to be ignorant. Like, people didn't just say, "Oh, I want to be and stay down south," and I just willfully choose to be ignorant. That's not everybody's testimony.
I think that a lot of people, and this is, it even includes my family. I think a lot of people in that time wanted more opportunities, and they went to the north in one way, and others wanted more opportunities right where they were.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I have family when the Great Migration happened, when people from down south was moving up north.
Yeah.
I have ancestors who stayed. They stopped in Memphis.
Right.
They came from Lexington, Mississippi, and they stopped in Memphis. Yeah. They said they weren't going no more further. They weren't going no further than Tennessee. They weren't going no more further north.
Right.
But I also have family like my grandmother and my great grandmother came to Chicago. So it's just, they're not unsuccessful and poor and slow or anything. I have very successful cousins down south. Cousin Lisa. Yeah. I have very successful cousins. Educated women in my family down south. So, I mean...
I think...
And then you have people like me who grew up north but couldn't wait to get down south when I left high school. It was like, I want to go down south because I got tired of dealing with that damn snow. And I could understand why my parents was okay with just living there.
You know what? I think, so what me and Erica was getting to that night was, okay, you have people who did not choose to leave the South for whatever reason, right? It didn't make them any different than people who decided to go, up north where there were more autonomy But then Erica said something that was interesting. She said that the reason people up north felt the way they did about Southerners is because they were angry that they chose to stay here in oppression.
They may have been angry. I don't know that to be a fact.
Well, that was her argument though, because me being a Southerner, and well, it does. I mean,
you have an opportunity to have an opportunity, and be in a space where you have more freedoms to do things that you may not have had down south. They was still lynching niggas in the 60s down south.
I mean, but they was in Indiana too, though, and that was up there by the Midwest.
Indiana's different. I don't understand Indiana at all.
It is, but it's right in your neck of the woods.
I think it's because it's so close to Kentucky.
I don't know.
We know they racist out there in Kentucky.
Ultimately, where I think we were going with the conversation was just that there's this difference between Southerners and
it's deep rooted in our ancestors. Like they taught us this shit.
Right. Because I was like, when Erica was talking about like how Southerners are, and I'm like, damn, it just sounds like your ancestors taught y'all that we were just terrible, less than.
No, and I don't think that's
poor versions of black people.
No, but that's why I told you. I said I don't think it was that. They didn't think any of those things because I've never heard anything. Nobody was bashing Southerners growing up. Nobody was saying, "Oh, they're feeble-minded and slow." No, nobody was saying that to me as a kid. But what was said is down south is a lot slower than where we live. The people, they drive slower. That's a lot from the pit of hell. They move slower. They talk slower. It's just slow. The pace is slower. Things that the North is introduced to, new fads, new fashion, new things. The North gets it first. They're the biggest consumers, I feel like, between North and South. But it wasn't. I lost my train of thought. I was thinking about something else. But the gist of it is just that, I think that maybe, that's why I told you, I think that maybe the families, the black people that went up north were resentful of the ones who didn't want to go. And it's just like, damn, we get the opportunity to like really get the fuck on, and y'all don't want to go. And vice versa.
Right.
It's just like, damn, this is home. How could you leave?
Yeah, I mean,
you know it's the same thing. So it can go from, both ways.
Even when we was talking about W.E.B. Du Bois, when he was talking about the talented 10th, the 10% of the African American people that would reach back, whether we were down south or up north, that would just uplift other black people. And it would only be 10% of us that did that.
Whether That's so sad. That makes me sad.
So it doesn't matter whether we're up north or down south, or
I love
whether we're faster or slower. None of that matters. And what matters is the people who are willing to be educated. What mattered was
little baby heathens are everywhere. And they come in all shapes, shades, colors, and sizes. You got little baby heathen everywhere.
Regardless of...
And a mother afraid to whip his ass.
What your geographical location was. Whether you were up north, whether you were down south, Midwest, Southeast, it was still about the number of African American people that would become educated and give back to our community. Whether the pace was fast or whether it was slow, it was only 10% of all of us that would do that. And that to me, that's sad because...
It makes me so sad.
Do
you know how progressive we could be?
I was just going to say that.
If the black billionaires and trillionaires in this world could come together and create something, create opportunities, create Black Wall Street. Like, why haven't we rebuilt Black Wall Street? Why haven't we rebuilt that? It's so many wealthy people in this country. It's just like, what? We aren't even, and we're not the minority anymore. We're not the minority anymore. What? Come on, y'all.
But then you also have to get to like.
But we all don't want it.
But you also got to get down to the basics of like what me and Erica was dealing with, right? Like the mentalities of Southerners and the mentality of people that were raised up north that had more of that autonomy. And I think sometimes that can even somewhat be a small barrier because of just the different mindsets. You know
and
what
you know
I mean?
What's crazy? My grandparents raised me the way they were raised down south. They raised us how they were raised. They were down south.
Yeah.
One from Mississippi, one from Tennessee. Like, they was raised down south, and they gave us those same values. But the ma'ams and the sirs that wasn't one of them.
Yeah, well, look, this is the thing, right? Every place has its thing. Southerners, we're known for that infamous word, our Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality is a thing, and it is what we are known for as Southerners.
Southern hatred also.
Our warm, loving, kind, neighborly behavior. Now, what I will say is, a lot of it is because it's the South. A lot of behaviors are rooted in that more slave mentality, like the yes sirs, no sirs, yes ma'am, no ma'am. You know, I'm at work and I have people my age that's like,
sir,
hey, Mr. Albert, or hey sir, no sir, don't call me sir.
My coworker called me that. My lead was like yesterday. She was like, I called her name and she said, ma'am. I said, ma'am, who you ma'aming?
But you know what? In down south, we're taught that yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am is a form of respect. And it was a form of respect to your elders. It's how you respect your elders. But I was raised like that. Erica wasn't. She wasn't raised with the yes ma'am, no ma'am.
For
yes
us,
sir,
it
no
was
sir.
just, you better not address any adult by their first name.
Which, that shit is nuts to me, y'all. Think about this.
You better not address any adult by their first name.
Come on, y'all. Listen,
Jones, Miss Johnson, Mr. Adams.
So look, this is our sign of respect, right? So you don't call, so down south we say yes sir, no sir, but up north you don't call them by their first name, right?
As a child, no.
That shit is crazy though, because it's like who created the rule that you can't call an adult by their first name? Who made that up? Who said that was the thing?
But listen to this. That's just like now.
I don't get that.
At my 41-year-old age, I still can't just walk up to my auntie and say, "Hey, Yonder, why?" I'm scared.
I think it's
It's not that I'm scared, like for my life or my safety or anything like that. It's just it's deemed so incredibly disrespectful. So
why?
It's just
y'all
ingrained in me.
But y'all help me understand why.
Another brown.
A brown person is in here.
My heart skipped.
But why? Why we can't call? Why is it disrespectful to call an adult by their first name if you're a child? And why does it change when you become older? Their name didn't change. Their name is the same. You just get privileges as you get older to call people by other parts of their name. That is ridiculous to me. You know, I
will never refer to my Auntie Yonder as nothing but Auntie Yonder. Sometimes I don't even call her Yonder. I'll just be like, Auntie.
Y'all, another day we're going to have to talk about some of the things that we were taught as kids.
Love you, Auntie.
And you become adults and then you be like, that ain't make no sense.
Like your mama telling you it's illegal to have the light on the inside of the car. Lies.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all ever just stopped and thought about some of the things you were taught as a kid and reflected on it and was like, that didn't make sense.
No. But as parents, we know the reason why we tell our kids to do certain things.
Yeah.
Because, because we know the reasons. And we don't have to explain that.
Yeah.
But we are great parents, and we do explain it. So they don't look at it as just what I say you do.
Right.
Do as I say, not as, oh, my daddy was bad about that. He was really, 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 really bad. If I could have chopped his ass without an ass whooping, I would have.
But y'all want to know what's crazy though? Regardless of the fact that Erica is raised up north, I'm raised down south, and all this other stuff. Me and Erica our life is so similar. It's like I'm the southern version of what her life looked like as far as her parents. Like her dad and my dad are exactly the same. Her mom and my mom are exactly the same. The things that Erica learned as a child, some of them, like the way she grew up was exactly the same. It's like, so whether
in the Christian world, it would be considered being equally yoked.
Oh my gosh. I mean, even down to our childhood traumas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Because our parents grew up in the same generation, so we were taught like the same things, like the same values, the same. So it's crazy because no matter whether you're a southerner or in Midwest, let me tell you something, it's a conversation for another day, but religion got chokehold on people.
I mean,
it don't matter where you at.
They in deep. To the point they don't see reality. It's just like, open your eyes, open your eyeballs.
Oh, I don't know if y'all ready for us to get into this religion conversation. Maybe we're going to have to talk about that next week because...
And before y'all start judging, we love God. You don't love God? What's wrong?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we do. We just have we have our own beliefs about spirituality. We're not cut from the same cloth by any means. Like we're we have our own opinions, our own views on spirituality, life, personal development, personal growth. And that's why you guys are gonna love watching our videos. So, we gotta get to
it's time to rate this place.
Okay.
Ambiance, vibes, aesthetic. I would give it a 10 out of 10.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
The art is dope. I would give it a 10 out of 10.
I'll give it the ambiance 10 out of 10. Now I will say the blueberry muffin, I'm gonna have to give that about a 7. It was kind of dry.
I was gonna give it a 6.
Okay, I was
busting down on it. I'll give it a 7.
I have to give it like a 7 or something. Like a 6
we paid.
Now the price.
I was pleased with the price.
Very pleased. I mean, I
tipped because we tipped.
Y'all, I got this big ass cup of coffee. Y'all know size matters for me as far as coffee cups.
Yeah.
And it was really good. Strong. I'm starting to sweat. Y'all can see. That's that Cafe Con Leche coming out. So, coffee, 10 out of 10 for sure.
I would rate coffee. I really struggled through this cup of coffee, so...
Well, let's also put something in the context, too. I drink black coffee. So I don't typically have sweeteners in my coffee at all. So for Erica, it's a little bit different.
I will give the coffee, the strength of it, I would give it a 10 out of 10. It's pretty strong. I'm starting to get the jitters. So I can't even drink the rest of that. But as far as taste, I would definitely give it maybe a 5 out of 10. Only because...
It's not her vibe.
It's like dry wine. Like real dry.
It's like dry wine, pretty much.
All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.